This show is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find the other great shows on the network, head over to the deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
And he went missing from his post as part of a controversial exchange for 5 Taliban detainees.
Want the truth? You can't handle the truth.
What is going on? And welcome to Take on the World with
John A.
and Mike D for another Take on the World episode of Military Justice.
Or Injustice. You decide.
No extra stuff?
Nope.
Okay.
That's it.
So we've touched on the Civil War and we've touched on the Revolutionary War. Now we are going to go to Afghanistan.
In touch you.
This is a military trial that many people have heard of. So we're going to talk about the Bowe Bergdahl incident. That was June 30th, 2009. The court case was United States versus Bowe Bergdahl, 2017.
This made all the headlines too.
Yes, it did.
This was like big time.
Yeah. It was everywhere. So the details are as such. Bowe Bergdahl was a U.S. Army sergeant, and he went missing from his post in Paktika province, Afghanistan. At the time, it was said they didn't know what happened to him. They didn't know if he was kidnapped, if he walked off, but there's evidence later to suggest that people knew that he abandoned his post.
Do you enjoy movies?
Do you enjoy adult beverages?
Do you enjoy conversations that could go off the rails at any second?
If you said yes to any of these questions, then you should check out the Films and Fermentation podcast. I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike,
We're just 3 friends.
who like to talk shit about movies.
While getting shit-faced. So join us every week as we discuss interesting movie topics like best ensemble films, most paused moments in cinema, and the occasional movie review, plus so much more.
When you add drinking, you have no idea where this conversations could go.
So find us on Spotify, Apple Pods, Good Pods, YouTube, or wherever you go to listen to your favorite shows. You could also visit linktree.com/films and fermentation to find all of our social media and podcast links. We'll be waiting for you to join us weekly at the crossroads between pickled and fermented. Cheers.
Cheers.
Are you a fan of all things nerdy? Do you love delving into the latest pop culture trends while also staying updated on the news of the day?
Hey there, fellow enthusiasts. Professor Aubrey here, and I'm thrilled to invite you to join us on Friends Talking Nerdy podcast, where we dive deep into all things geeky, from movies and TV shows to video games and comics.
That's right, folks. It's Tim the Nerd, your friendly neighborhood geek, ready to discuss the latest professional wrestling updates alongside our takes on tech innovations and the entertainment industry.
But that's not all. We also understand the importance of mental health, and we weave in thoughtful discussions on self-care and mindfulness.
So, if you want to geek out while also taking care of your well-being, tune in to Friends Talking Nerdy.
Friends Talking Nerdy, where pop culture meets mindfulness. Listen now on all major podcast platforms.
This podcast is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find other great shows on the network, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Whatever happened, he was captured by the Taliban and he was held captive for 5 years, which could not have been pleasant for him.
No. Did he have something with him when he left?
No.
I just have questions.
I have
usually
tons.
They cut your fucking head off. Maybe they thought that he had some clout. They can get something for him, which would be the most, but I don't think they really give a shit about that.
So they went out for weeks looking for this dude until they realized that he was captured. Bergdahl was released on May 31st, 2014 as part of a controversial exchange for 5 Taliban detainees held at Gitmo.
Well, there you go.
The exchange was negotiated by the U.S. government, and it led to a lot of criticism and debates about negotiating with terrorists. You gave away 5.
Dude, that's got to be a tough pill to swallow. This guy openly left and said, fuck you. I'm leaving. I'm done with yous.
So here's the thing. At this point, they were trying to say they didn't know that he abandoned his post, that they just thought he was captured. He was being held. But later on in my research, I found that there were...
Right there.
Yes, some officials assert they were aware of the circumstances surrounding Bergdahl's capture, including the allegations of desertion, while others suggested the full extent of the allegations became clearer after his release. I think that's bull. They knew.
Fuck yeah, they knew. He didn't just show up there, durka.
No. Like, I don't know. But you traded 5 high-profile Gitmo Bay detainees for one guy who said fuck you to not only the U.S. Army but to the American people and walked off his post. I just don't have any. I'm sorry. I don't have any
sympathy
for him.
No.
So he faced charges of desertion and misbehavior before the enemy. He was accused of voluntarily leaving his post and endangering fellow soldiers. The court martial began October 16, 2017. It was at Fort Bragg. The case was presided over Army Colonel Jeffrey Nance. He made a plea agreement on October 16th, 2017, beginning of the trial. Bergdahl pled guilty to the charges of desertion and misbehaving before the enemy. He did that to avoid a potential life sentence. So this dude was just a coward all the way around. I'm sorry. If you don't like that, you could turn this off. I'm good. The sentencing took place in November of 2017. On November 3rd, he was sentenced to a dishonorable discharge, reduction in rank to private, a fine of $10,000, and he did not receive any prison time. Now, not to get into politics, but this happened under President Obama, who had just not long before that pardoned that Bradley Manning for the WikiLeaks leaks. Chelsea Manning.
Was that the WikiLeaks?
Yes.
Okay.
So take from that what you want.
I just think, like, still in the order of government and military, that they reduced his rank to private, which what I wonder is you can't just strip his rank away to nothing.
Well, they did. They dishonorably discharged him, so he was nobody. He was kicked out.
Well, right, but why even then? We reduced his rank to private. Blah 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 blah. Like, motherfucker, your rank is coward.
But hold on, it gets worse.
Oh, please do tell me, Michael.
Bergdahl case was controversial with debates over whether he should have been seen as a deserter or a soldier who faced harsh conditions during his captivity. Some criticized the exchange deal was made to secure release.
Thought I lost you there for a second.
Yeah, you lost me.
Do we need a bigger TV?
Nope. In 2021, the Military Appeals Court
Cue the jitterbug. Jitterbug. Jitterbug.
In 2021, the Military Appeals Court overturned a dishonorable discharge, allowing Bergdahl to receive his veteran benefits.
Come on. Really?
And
how does he get his veteran benefits? If he's dishonorably discharged.
Well, they overturned the dishonorable discharge.
How?
I don't know.
My hands on this table.
The legacy of this court case, Bergdahl case, highlighted the complexities of military service, desertion, and captivity in a conflict zone. The exchange for Bergdahl's release raised broader questions about U.S. policy regarding negotiating with hostile groups. The circumstances surrounding Bergdahl's capture and the U.S. decision to exchange him for 5 Taliban detainees were complex and controversial. No duh.
Really? Were they that complex? Like, hey, we'll give you this guy for these 5 guys. And it doesn't sound that complex to me.
Regardless of what they thought at the time, Bergdahl did walk off his post in Afghanistan. That was founded by the evidence during his, I don't know. There wasn't really a trial.
See, that's what I question, man. It's like, would you, in a war zone, would you really just walk off in the middle of the night and just hope for the best without having something in your back pocket?
I don't know. People who go UA from the military, unauthorized absence, I don't think they're thinking.
Well, I would probably say yes, there's a majority of them, but to get where this guy got and to get the things that he got, do you think he was just some schmuck?
I don't know.
That's what I question.
And I wonder what he told the Taliban that kept him alive for 5 years.
Yeah. Did he have some kind of documents on him? Some kind of top secret information?
There are varying opinions and reports to whether U.S. government knew about Bergdahl's actions before making the exchange. Some officials asserted that they were aware of the circumstances surrounding, and we said that already. U.S. government, including President Barack Obama, faced criticism for negotiating with the Taliban to secure Bergdahl's release, especially given the accusation of desertion. Critics argue that the exchange might have emboldened adversaries and compromised the principle of not negotiating with terrorists. The controversy surrounding Bergdahl case remains the subject of public debate and political discussion.
That absolutely compromised the principle of not negotiating with terrorists.
Yeah.
Because that left the door open. That got the foot in the door.
Podcast therapy dog in the house.
She's like, I'm mad at you. You wouldn't give me any of your dinner tonight.
It was too spicy for her.
I was like, dog, this might hurt you, girl.
So that's what I have for this one. I'm sure there's a lot of debate we could have on this, but I don't want to really get into politics.
It's enough to make you think, enough to scratch that itch. Scratch my itch, I'll tell you what. You know what scratches my itch?
No.
Copper John soap.
Insert Copper John's commercial here. We're here to talk about Copper John's Beard Company. I bought some of this stuff, and I love it. Everybody has their favorite beard care products, but if you want to save a few bucks, use TOTW 10 at checkout, or use the quick link below and buy some of this great stuff. Like,
look at that beautifully tamed bear mane, so soft. And you know, my beard, if you want to call it that, it's more like pubes on my face.
See, he doesn't use it.
It gets wiry. So if I can just tame that a little bit, put more Copper Johns on there, and it's perfect.
And even though I have thick hair, when I put it on, my hair is nice and soft.
Yes.
Soft to the, you want to touch it, Johnny? Go ahead. Right. Don't touch me. So, that's that. We took on the military justice
or injustice. You decide.
Of the Bowe Bergdahl case. Now you go take on the world.
This show is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find the other great shows on the network, head over to the deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
handle the truth.